up, and it's a milestone birthday for the superstar. 60 years old today, Kristi.
She doesn't look a day over 40. Oh my goodness,
no,
that's crazy.
I mean, she's kind of turned aging on its head, but she is a superstar. So we wish her a happy birthday, and what a beautiful day we have ahead.
Yes, we sure do. But if you like the heat, it is a beautiful day. I know my husband keeps complaining about the heat. It is tough for some bodies to really sort of manage this type of heat. So some great ways to keep yourself cool is, of course, head to an air-conditioned sort of restaurant or a library if you can, or even a grocery store. That can help you cool down. Cool bath, cool shower. Overnight lows dropped down to only 19 degrees last night. That is what we're looking at right now, and humidex values are at 24. So we did not lose much heat last night, and we're expecting the temperatures to ramp up again today. Now, we are certainly seeing a little bit of cloud cover and some rainfall just south of the border that's touching into southern Vancouver Island. This really is going to fizzle out. It's not going to bring much moisture to our region, although we will see cloud cover throughout the day. So this is the future cast showing that it will sort of fizzle out as we head throughout the day. There is a very slight chance of a thunderstorm across these areas as we head through the overnight period tonight and tomorrow morning, but they'd be very isolated. It includes the Sunshine Coast just along the mountain regions and into Whistler. But overall, lots of sunshine for the next couple of days. It's not until Sunday that we're expecting temperatures to come down with a chance of showers. So yes, big heat on the way, and it's really just this one blip on Sunday, and then it does look like the trend will rebound once again with more heat for those of you in the interior. So summer is certainly not over yet. That we've got lots of heat on the way, with daytime highs reaching 30 degrees in many areas across the interior regions, and it will feel like 30 degrees here, Sonia. So very hot indeed. I hope everyone can find some ways to keep themselves cool.
Right. So you might want to stay out of the water in that region, but it is very warm today, as Kristi, as you've been reporting, and pretty warm overnight as well.
Yes, we didn't lose much heat at all last night. So humidex values last night only dropped down to about 24, and the regular temperature was 19, which is pretty high for this time of year, certainly even. All of Western Canada really is experiencing this heat, but you can see some selected areas that are highlighted in pink, particularly all of Alberta. But for BC, it's the Fraser Canyon, Thompson region, and the North Coast inland sections. And what that means is just in those areas, the criteria for a heat warning is in place, where you get the daytime highs as well as the overnight lows high enough. But we're feeling the heat right across the province. In this area, across inland sections of Vancouver Island, not a heat warning, but it's a special weather statement, also indicating that there's going to be significant heat with daytime highs in the low 30s, and then the humidex values even higher than that. So this is a trend that we're looking at. These are for temperatures away from the water in Metro Vancouver. 28 anticipated, but feeling like 33 both today and again tomorrow. We'll drop a little bit over the weekend, but then the heat is back in effect as we head into tomorrow, or sorry, next week, I should say, when the kids head back to school. And when we look at it, for those of you in the interior, we're expecting it to really surge next week, that heat. So we really don't have much of a trend in terms of cooler weather on the way, other than a little bit of reprieve this weekend. So some ways to keep yourself cool: wear light, loose-fitting clothing, seek shade or air conditioning, take a cool bath. And you know, one of the things I always used to say is get a wet towel, and just before you go to bed, put that wet towel on you, and it can really drop your temperature. These are the expected daytime highs for today. Yes, we'll see a little bit of cloud cover, but boy, will it be hot. That's not going to cut the heat much at all. So,
Kristi, and good morning to you.
Good morning to you. I'm on the wrong slide. Let's see if I can back up.
It's still early.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Anyways, I can't talk. That's really too bad. This is at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to start off with today. Well, so what I'm going to do is give you a little verbal explanation, and then we'll start off here in a second. So basically today we've got heat on the way with, we've got a number of areas that are under a heat warning, where temperatures are going to be in the low 30s. And then across the south coast, it'll be the humidex values that will be in the low 30s. But we are anticipating some cloud cover, and that's because of an upper level trough that's actually sitting just offshore, and it's areas, just spinning a little bit of cloud cover to our region. But today, although we're seeing a few showers across southern Vancouver Island, for the most part, it's going to be dry. We'll see some cloud cover, but that sun will filter its way through. It will heat things up, and we've got so much humidity right now that it is going to be very muggy throughout the day. And then we'll push it forward into 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, where we still are contending with this band. So for today, there's a risk of thunderstorms in the southeast through the Kootenay region and then into the Thompson area. And then this band shifts from here today over through the overnight period to here tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning, areas like Whistler, Sunshine Coast along the mountains have a risk of thunderstorms. It's nothing severe, but a few lightning strikes certainly are possible. So that's a heads up is what we're anticipating. I don't know what's happening. I didn't think I had it. Yeah, there's something wrong with my WSI. All right, well, here we go. This is for today. There's that chance of showers as we head through the overnight period, but these are the temperatures that I wanted to highlight. So it is going to be hot once again. We're anticipating sunshine, though, once again on Friday for our region, and we'll continue to see that Saturday. More substantial drop in temperatures anticipated on Sunday.
Takes me right back to 2010 when Sid the Kid scored that golden goal.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
Still remember it.
And, you know, the young kids, even my son was talking about this, they're very excited about this. Really, for a lot of young kids, that'll be exciting. Hopefully, there'll be another winning golden
Well, for
goal.
your kids, it might be the first time they see NHL players playing at the Olympics.
That's
now.
exactly right. Yeah. So, good morning, everyone. Thanks so much, Sonia. We have actually dropped in temperature. We were at 19 just an hour ago. Don't worry, this is not going to be, or I guess you should be warned, not necessarily don't worry. You should be warned that this is just a brief drop in temperature. We are going to see the temperatures soar today. We're expecting daytime highs away from the water to reach 28 degrees, near the water 24, but that's not the whole story. The story really today is that there's so much humidity out there that this 28 could feel like 33. So we're increasing these numbers by 5 to 6 in some areas with the humidity, and that's what it will feel like. So that's the case all along these coastal regions. You can increase these numbers by another 5 to 6 degrees, and that's what it would be like. Those of you in the interior, we're also looking at big heat from low to mid 30s anticipated. Now, we are seeing a little bit of cloud cover across the south, but that's not going to disrupt things much at all. It's really going to fizzle out, and it is going to bring in, yes, some cloud cover, but otherwise we're looking at that sunshine and heat breaking through by the afternoon hours. So there's your daytime highs for today, with sunshine all across northern BC, southern BC as well, with low to mid 30s anticipated in a lot of areas. And overnight lows again tonight will be quite hot. We're anticipating cooler conditions as we head into the weekend, but we still have a couple of days of big heat on the way. So Thursday, Friday, a little bit cooler on Saturday, and then it does look like we have a chance of showers on Sunday, and that's certainly going to be more comfortable.
Foreigner is going to be playing tonight, part of the summer concert series. Have you gone to the PNE yet this year?
No, not yet, but I will be on tomorrow and on Monday. I'll be there on Monday for the news hour, actually, live.
Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah, I think I might go this weekend. And the temperatures look a little bit better. Not as hot as it was earlier this week, but still hot.
Certainly. Today certainly will be. At least the cloud cover will sort of cut that heat from the sun a little bit, but overall, yes. Get ready for the heat, everyone. Find a way. You know, one of the big things that I do is take a wet towel and just put it around the back of your neck, and that can really drop your temperature quite a bit. So if you're headed to the PNE, that's a great way to do it. Temperature right now is at 18 degrees, but we're going to see conditions soar in the next few hours, and we are expecting daytime highs to be well above seasonal for this time of year. Well, we'll see a range. So these are the daytime highs we're anticipating away from the water. And you can see that the skies will brighten up as we head throughout the day. 24 to 28 will be the daytime high, but with the humidex, it will feel even hotter than that. We're talking about low 30s, and for those of you in the interior, mid 30s anticipated. So these numbers along the coast are really not what we're anticipating. You can increase those numbers by 5, 6 degrees, and that's really what it will feel like. We are seeing a little bit of cloud cover and a few showers just south of the border touching onto Vancouver Island. That will fizzle out throughout the day, and we're not anticipating much more than that. So tons of sunshine all across the region with temperatures well above seasonal. Just using Whitehorse as an example, average is 16, and they're anticipating 25 for the next couple of days. So we're talking about 9, 10 degrees above seasonal for this time of year. Coastal regions across the north coast, right near the water, aren't that substantial, but away from the water in areas like Terrace and Smithers, you're feeling the heat just like the rest of the province is. So find some ways to keep yourself cool. There is a chance of a shower and a risk of thunderstorms in the Kootenay region and in the Thompson area today. However, all other regions we're anticipating sunshine for the next couple of days. It's not until Sunday that Metro Vancouver has a real chance of showers.
Lots of fun. All right, we're waking up to a bit of a muggier morning today, aren't we?
Yes, we didn't lose much heat last night. There's a lot of humidity out there. About 85% is the relative humidity, which makes it feel super muggy. And we are going to see that heat and the mugginess continue. We have a few showers across southern Vancouver Island right now, but not to worry. If you do like the heat and you like the sunshine, we are anticipating it to dry out throughout the day. We will continue with cloud cover, but the sun will filter its way through. Widespread heat all across Western Canada, despite the fact that the excessive heat warnings are mainly across the Alberta region, but we're feeling the heat all across BC. So given the daytime highs and then the humidity, this is what it could feel like across the province. So very hot, where we're talking about mid-30s in a lot of areas with the humidex values. So find some ways to keep yourself cool. Wear light clothing. A great way to do this is to even go to a library or a grocery store if you don't have access to air conditioning, and just hang out for a little bit. Maybe purchase a few items and let your body cool off. All right, Sonia, back to you.
All right, there you go. Yeah.
That one with the stroller?
That was one we didn't mention.
No, because no one knows what it is.
You'll have to check the book for that one. But yeah, plenty of weird records to go over there, and maybe a couple that you can claim for yourself if you put in the effort.
100%. All right, thanks so much, Sonia. You know, we'll have a look at the pollen report right now, and in general, it's miscellaneous weeds that are a concern for today, but it is just at a low level. I always find it interesting in the spring. Everyone talks about, you know, seasonal allergies as being a spring thing, but it is really a fall thing as well. We get that surge in the spring, it sort of dies off a little bit in the summer, and then it surges, and we're starting to see that again, although the pollen count right now is low, but we will start to see that pick up, and that's for sure. So I have had to give some allergy medication to my son, and you're probably one of those people that are understanding what I'm saying as well, as you sort of rub your eyes. Now, we are seeing a little bit of cloud cover across the region, a few showers, but overall this is not a concern. We're going to see it fizzle throughout the day. So here's a quick look at northern regions. It's all about heat, where we're expecting daytime highs to be in the low 30s. This is well above average. We're talking about 9, 10, 11 degrees above average in a lot of areas. Even Whitehorse, 25 degrees anticipated for the next couple of days. These numbers here look low, but this is not the whole picture. This is for coastal regions, but as soon as you head towards Terrace, Smithers, you can expect these temperatures to be close to 30 degrees for you. Very similar to what we're expecting here in the Cariboo and the central interior region. Columbia Kootenay region, you have a slight risk of an isolated shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon today and again tomorrow, but overall you are expecting sunshine and heat. These will be very isolated if you do see them at all. There's even a slight risk of an isolated thunderstorm in through Whistler and even towards the mountains near the Sunshine Coast. But definitely find some ways to keep yourself cool.
All right, time for a look at our weather forecast, and the temperature tells us a different story than what it actually feels like outside.
Yes, 100%. So the relative humidity right now is up so high that and it's so muggy, you can feel it in the air, that although the temperature is at 18 degrees, it feels like 22, but through part of the day, we could see the regular temperature feel like 5 to 6 degrees above what it actually is. So yes, it's going to be hot and muggy today. So this is today's feels like temperature, where we're talking about 35 away from the water along coastal regions, 36 in the interior, and 34 for the north coast regions. We are seeing a little bit of cloud cover just across southern regions, but it is going to dissipate throughout the day. We're not worried about that much at all. The cloud will still be thin and the sun will filter its way through. Risk of thunderstorms in through the southeast though. So Revelstoke down towards Cranbrook and over towards Kelowna, a slight risk of a thunderstorm, but otherwise sunshine and heat. That's the plan for today. All right, Amber, over to you.
Oof, sounds like a vicious cycle.
Yes, absolutely. What did you go?
Phubbed. P-H-U-B-B-E-D, in case you were wondering. I had to be very careful saying that word this morning. But yeah, it gives us all something to think about. Yeah, put your phone down. Look at each other eye to eye,
That's
right?
right. Yeah. Even when you're having troubles.
Yeah, or even when you're sweating today.
Yes. It's going to be very hot. We really didn't lose much heat at all last night, and temperatures are going to soar once again. So these are temperatures for areas away from the water. Keep in mind, if you're near the water, certainly there'll be a little bit more of a breeze. I'm going to pass through because I forgot my clicker. I got it now. Okay, here we go. So we will see a little bit of a drop potentially as we head into the weekend, but temperatures are going to soar. Overall, we've got a ridge of high pressure that's going to hold strong right across southern BC for a number of days. So no rain in the forecast. Keep that in mind when it comes to the forest fires. But right now it's the heat that we're trying to contend with. Although Kelowna seems low, there'll be many areas like Kamloops up towards Lytton that will reach 36 degrees today. We have a little bit of cloud cover across southern BC, a little bit of shower activity across southern Vancouver Island, but that really is going to fizzle out. We have a slight risk of an isolated thunderstorm in through the southeast through the afternoon hours, and that's going to shift into these areas here, including Whistler, as we head through the overnight period and into early tomorrow morning. But really, it's very isolated. Overall, the pattern is going to be for sunshine and heat. So these are the daytime highs anticipated across the region. There's the 36 I was telling you about for Kamloops, and for our region, 31 degrees anticipated in Port Alberni, but it will feel like 34, 35. And although we're talking about 23 to 26 degrees across Metro Vancouver, humidex values today up to 32 and tomorrow up to 34. So very hot indeed.
All right, Kristi, you're up on the roof right now. It is looking, I can't tell if it's hazy or cloudy. Maybe you can tell us.
Yeah, Wendy, it's a little bit of hazy, I guess, but no, it's mostly just clouds, Sonia. And I have to say, this is my first time up here doing a weather hit like this. I think it's pretty nice. It feels a little bit fresh out here. Although we didn't lose much heat last night, through the morning hours, it will feel a little bit fresher, but boy, those temperatures are going to climb with the humidity out there. So these are the regular temperatures that we're anticipating, where near the water, we're talking about 23 degrees across the lower mainland, but away from the water, 28. And then I want to show you what it will actually feel like. In a number of areas, you can increase the actual daytime high by 5 to 6 degrees in some areas. And that's really what it will feel like today with so much humidity around. So find some ways to keep yourself cool. Thankfully, as Sonia was asking me about, Amber, she was asking me about sort of the haze, and we have had the ground level ozone get a little bit better across the lower mainland. So we do not have any air quality advisories in effect right now. Amber, over to you.
All right, very cute. And okay, good thing pollen's low today.
Yes, it's low right now, but it is that time of year where it starts to ramp up. So a lot of people forget that it's not only in the spring that you can have seasonal allergies, but in the fall also. Right now, the concern is just miscellaneous weeds, meaning they're starting to see some more different kinds of weeds that are coming up, but grasses can be a problem this time of year, as well as trees. It's just not the case for today, but you'll likely see it in the days to come. We're seeing cloud cover across the region, a few showers across southern Vancouver Island, but generally speaking, this is not going to be a problem. The cloud, for the most part, will be thin. The sun will filter its way through, and this is going to fizzle out. We're not expecting any more moisture, and that's really the case across much of southern BC. However, the southeastern corner, so the Kootenay region, does have a slight chance of an isolated shower or thunderstorm this afternoon. The big story really is the heat. We've got numerous heat warnings in place for Alberta, but it's hot right across BC, and that's it just means that some areas haven't quite reached that threshold where it's a heat warning. Maybe it's the overnight temperatures aren't quite high enough, but we know that it is hot right across the region. So here's a look at the anticipated trend for the next little while using Metro Vancouver. We're expecting the heat to last over the next little while. We were hoping for a bit of a drop in temperature this weekend, but it looks like the latest computer model is showing that that ridge of high pressure is going to hold strong and keep the heat in right across the region, and this is what's anticipated for Kelowna. So we're talking about low to mid 30s across the area. So we may see some cloud cover today, but humidex values will be high not only today but again tomorrow, with humidex values reaching 34 degrees across the lower mainland.
All right, time for a look at our weather forecast. And wow, those temperatures are really rising today.
Yes, I mean, we're seeing cloud cover across the region right now, but it's really thin and the sun will filter through and really heat things up. And not only is it the sun, but it's also the fact that the humidities are so high right now. So in a number of areas, you can increase the actual numbers by 5-6 degrees in some areas, and that's really what it will feel like. So for example, in Metro Vancouver, away from the water, we're anticipating 26 degrees, but it could feel like 33 in some areas. So it's going to be incredibly hot. So here's a look at the feels like across the region. So 25 to 35. So 25 being near the water, 35 for areas away from the water. You'll see that for inland regions of Vancouver Island as well. And for those of you in the southern interior, there's a few key areas like the Thompson region, for example, that will reach 36 degrees today. And that's the regular temperature. There's not as much humidity in through the interior regions. Up to 33 in the central interior Cariboo region, 32 in through the BC Peace River area, and it will be much cooler near the water along the north coast region, but away from the water like Terrace, Smithers, you can expect up to 34 degrees as well. So incredibly hot right across the province. So here's some ways that you can keep yourself cool. Stay hydrated for sure. Avoid alcohol, seek shade or air conditioning. I sometimes say go to a library and just chill out there for a little while. Wear light, loose-fitting clothing. Take a cool shower or bath, or just put a wet towel on you, and that can really drop your temperature. And of course, check in on others around you, because there may be a neighbor or two that have a really hard time keeping cool in this type of weather. So there's your forecast for today. A slight risk of an isolated shower or thunderstorm later today in Kelowna, Cranbrook, and over towards Revelstoke.
All right, Kristi gives us all something to think about, and also a chance to be grateful that we're not dealing with that heavy smoke right now.
100%. We've been very lucky so far this summer with, certainly some fires, but not the widespread concern that we have had in past years. The biggest thing right now of a concern is the heat. Although we don't have widespread excessive heat warnings in effect, it's going to be hot right across the province. This is using Metro Vancouver as an example. For areas away from the water, we're anticipating 26 degrees. Now you can see some cloud cover in the forecast, but the sun will still warm things up, and it's the humidity that's a concern. So at 26 degrees, it could still feel like 32 for areas away from the water. So incredible surge. So these are the feels like potentials across the region. 25 to 35 across the coast, up to 36 in the interior. Less humidity there, but that's more like the regular temperature, and up to 34 for those of you across the north coast inland sections. Yes, we have a little bit of cloud cover across southern BC, but that's going to fizzle out quite quickly, and generally we're expecting sunshine. So here's the trend over the next little while. BC Peace River staying hot for you, well above seasonal for this time of year by about 12 degrees, and we're expecting well above seasonal values to remain in effect for Whitehorse region. These are the temperatures for coastal regions of the north coast, inland areas like Terrace and Smithers. These are the numbers that you're anticipating. It's more like the Cariboo central interior region. And for the Columbia Kootenay region, yes, it will see a little bit of cloud cover, and you have a slight chance of an isolated shower or thunderstorm, but generally it will be the heat that will be concerning for you, and that's the case across the interior, southern interior regions as well, especially the Fraser Canyon, which is under a excessive heat warning, and the South Thompson region as well. For Vancouver Island, yes, we'll see a little bit of cloud cover today, but overall the heat still in effect. Those temperatures you saw there are for areas near the water. And for Metro Vancouver, there's always a range when we deal with this type of scenario. So we're talking about 24 to 26 degrees today and up to 28 degrees tomorrow. We may see a chance of showers on Sunday, but there's still some uncertainty around that. All right, we have a contest for you.
All right, well, a dog from Northern California has landed herself in the spotlight with a very important job as the bat dog for a baseball team. Take a look.
How'd you train her? How'd you get her to do that? You know, I threw out a bat, told her to get it, she got it. That's what she does. She'll do anything I ask her to do, so getting the bats came real natural, real easy.
Oh, she is a sweetheart. This is June. She's the official bat dog for the Yuba Sutter High Wheelers and is responsible for retrieving the baseball bat during the game. Her owner says that she's a waterfowl dog, so her time on hunting and fishing trips really helped lead her into this new role. She's already done one season with the team, and her owner says she'll return next year if she gets invited. Well, yeah, why not?
I was wondering, there's got to be some treats involved. She's not doing that for nothing, right?
Absolutely. I think she looks like a well-fed dog.
Yeah.
And if dogs weren't enough for you, we got a baby flamingo who was captured on video striking some pretty fun poses at the San Antonio Zoo. Over a week and a half old, the chick could be seen growing in confidence and finding its balance with a one-legged yoga move. We'll see it eventually, but there were some stumbles along the way. The young flamingo slipping over as it also descended a curb right there. That was a little rude surprise. The chick was also spotted making splashes in a puddle, flapping its tiny little wings, and the zoo says the chick hatched at the beginning of August. Wow, imagine that. You were just born and now you're already doing yoga poses?
Yoga poses, going off cliffs.
They're so cute. I didn't know how fluffy little baby flamingos are.
Right, and tall already.
Certainly. All right, have a great day. We'll see you later.
Thank you so much, Colleen. Good evening, or good afternoon, I should say, everyone. I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? We have a birthday to celebrate today. Gladys Catrone is celebrating 101 years today in Vancouver. Happy birthday to you from all of us here at Global BC. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I hope you're finding ways to keep yourself cool. Despite the fact that we're seeing some cloud cover across the region, it is hot, and it has been for a number of days and will continue to be over the next few. So these are the expected daytime highs. Despite some cloud cover, we'll see some breaks of blue sky, reaching 26 degrees for areas away from the water. It'll be a little cooler by the water, but this number is quite deceiving. There's so much humidity out there that it is going to feel much hotter than that. Some areas away from the water could feel like 32 today and 34 tomorrow, and we won't get very much relief from the heat at night as well. So make sure you're finding some ways to really drop your core temperature. These are the expected daytime highs with take into account the humidity. So for the coastal regions, the feels like could range from 25 to 35 away from the water. For those of you in the interior, there's far less humidity. These are sort of closer to the actual temperature values, but nonetheless up to 36, 33 for the Cariboo Central Interior, 32 for the BC Peace River area, and for those of you across the North Coast inland sections, up to 34. So that's like Terrace and Smithers. So it is hot right across the region. Now, as we head into the weekend, there's a slight chance we may see a little bit of a change for the South Coast, and I'll show you that in a second. But right now we have a trough just south of us, and that's bringing up a little bit of cloud cover and a few light showers, but that is going to be it. Overall, we're going to see this fizzle out, and as we head through the latter part of the day, there is a slight chance of an isolated shower or a thunderstorm, but that's about it. Taking us into our Friday, similar, where we may see a few isolated showers or thunderstorms, but otherwise that's going to fizzle and we're back to sunshine. This is what I wanted to show you for the weekend. There's a trough that may come close to the South Coast, bringing in a chance of showers, but it's still a few days away and there's some uncertainty as to how close it will get. So that's something we need to stay tuned for. At the very least, it would be a brief period of showers, and otherwise we're looking at heat. So this is your day today where we're expecting temperatures to soar once again. Yes, we may see a little bit of cloud cover, but it would be fairly light. And if you saw a shower, it would be very brief. So 23 to 26 degrees, and we are anticipating Humidex values to be up to 32 today and up to 34 tomorrow. Temperatures would come down a little bit over the weekend, but not a lot. It definitely still looks hot even into the early part of next week when the kids head back to school. Now,